Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am at Case of the Mob Cave. Welcome to a command block tutorial. Now, have you ever found yourself in a pickle and needed a boost of speed to escape? Have you ever been left behind and wanted to catch up in a flash? Well, now you can with these activatable Boots of Haste. Just click your heels and run like the wind. After use, there is a brief cooldown period where the boots recharge, and then you're ready for another boost. In this series, I'll be showing you how to make these and many other things that I designed for Base Race, a monthly Minecraft challenge that I created and host, where players go on a unique scavenger hunt and get to choose one special ability and one additional challenge for their world. So, let's take a look at how these work. Here's the entire command block setup, but first of all, you need to initiate these commands. So, to start off with, we're going to need a few scoreboard objectives. The first one is a dummy called Boots. The next one is one called Jumps that tracks the number of jumps you've taken. And then the third one is another dummy called Cooldown. And finally, you're going to need to give yourself the Boots of Haste. So I've decided that they're going to be diamond boots. They're going to be called Boots of Haste with no spaces. That's important. And they're going to be unbreakable because why not? Okay, so once you've done that, boop. That's going to create all the scoreboard objectives that you need, and also you're going to get the Boots of Haste. I've got several of them, but make sure you're wearing them. Now, the Boots Checker. So if we just go in here, we'll see that what we're doing is we're setting anyone to a score of 1 for boots who has the boots on. So if the boots are in their inventory, they're in slot 100, which is their boot slot, and they are diamond boots with the name Boots of Haste, then they're going to set them to a score of 1, like it's doing for me right there. This is going to come into play later. This is the thing that stops your power from being activated if you're on cooldown. So let's have a look at it. Basically, if you've got a tag of cooldown, which will come in later, then set your boots score to 0 constantly and attach to this one, so it can't go anywhere. Basically, whilst you have a tag of cooldown, it doesn't think you're even wearing boots. So that's how that works. Right, we're going to go over to the Scoreboard Reset. What this does is it sets, anytime you have a score of 1 for either boots or jumps, it's going to reset it back to 0 again. So here, you've got, as soon as you've got boots of minimum 1, sets it to 0. As soon as you've got jumps of minimum 1, it sets it to 0. That's so that basically, as soon as it hits 1, we're going to apply the effect anyway, and then we need to reset it back to 0 again. So that's what that does. Right, now, here's the thing that activates the power. Let's have a look at it. So, effect. And it's going to affect anyone, ignore this for a moment, with a score of boots 1 and a score of jumps 1. So if they're wearing the boots, if they've taken a jump, and come back to here, this means that the player has to be looking directly downwards. So they have to be looking 100% downwards at their own boots. So that's how you activate the boots. You have to be looking directly downwards, you have to be wearing the boots, and you have to jump. That is the initiator. Then it gives you the effect of 1, which is speed, for 10 seconds. You can set that to anything you like. And it's got a amplifier of 5. You can set that to anything you want as well, but that's, that's a decent speed. It's very fast, in fact. And I've set the, this is whether it's going to hide particles or not, and I've set it to false. So you know that you've got the power activated. Okay, here is the cooldown activator. So as soon as, once again, it's the exact same conditions. If you're looking directly downwards, if you've got a boots of score 1 and jumps of score 1, then you're going to give that player a tag of cooldown. Okay, and this comes back to this thing over here, the cooldown power deactivator, because this will set anyone to a score of boots 0 who has the tag of cooldown, which is given right here. Okay, and finally, we're going to look at how the cooldown works. So the first thing that happens is anyone with the tag of cooldown, you're going to add 1 to their score of cooldown. There's a tag called cooldown, and there is a score called cooldown. Anyone with a tag of cooldown, you're going to add 1 to their score of cooldown every tick. So this basically sets up a timer, and that's going to carry on ticking up for anyone who has the tag cooldown. So now we can now select as soon as you hit a certain tick, and we're saying a minimum of 1, a maximum of 1. So as soon as you hit 1, as soon as the cooldown has begun, we're going to tell roar. Now this could be say, but it'll say it to everyone. It could be tell, but it would whisper it to you, and it doesn't quite look as good if you use tell roar. So use tell roar, and we're going to say this text to the player. Cooldown 1 minute remaining. So there's a 1 minute cooldown. Again, you can set this to anything you like, but this is what I've got it set to right now. We're going to move on to this one, and at 1,200 ticks, which is 1 minute exactly, obviously, because that's the end of the cooldown, we're going to say tell roar text Boots of Haste recharged. Up again, and again on the 1 minute mark, we're going to remove the tag of cooldown from that player, so they no longer have the tag cooldown, and they're going to reset, or basically set their cooldown, their score of cooldown, to 0. So that completely resets them. They're back to 0. They don't have the cooldown tag, and they are ready to start up their Boots of Haste again. If for any reason when you set this up it doesn't detect the players, then you can go into the Scoreboard Reset, change this to needs redstone, click OK, go back in and change it back to always active, and that should fix things. So this can be used multiplayer and will work for an infinite number of people. All the cooldowns are unique to every player, so as many people as you like can use this. I'm just going to show you one more time. I've set it down to 15-second cooldown, and what you do is basically any time where I said 1200, you just set that to 300, because in ticks that is 15 seconds. That's 20 ticks per second. You set all those down back to 300, and then if I use them again, look straight downwards, jump, it starts it up, and I've got 10 seconds of supreme speed. You can see it right there, and as soon as it wears out, I will have 5 seconds to wait, and then Boots of Haste recharged, and I can use it again. So there you go. You can set those to anything you want. You can set the power to anything you want, but that's how it works. That's everything. That's all you need to know, and now you can use it yourself. So, hope you enjoyed the video. The commands are down in the description along with the world download. So you can put the Boots of Haste into any world of your choosing. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Case, and I'll see you in the next command block tutorial. Bye!